Dear students, good morning. This is Dr. Bharat, and today we are going to talk about segmentation and targeting, which is chapter 8. So, what is the concept and when we need to use segmentation and targeting? So, first, when we need to use? Well, we need to use segmentation and targeting pretty much all the time, unless you are a very, very small company. If you're a moderate to large size company, you always need to use segmentation and targeting. But what is the concept? Well, segmentation is something like a Venn diagram. If for those of you who have taken math, I'm sure you have had some math exposure. So basically, in Venn diagram, what you have is you have two different sets, and there is some overlap between the two, right? So it is something, segmentation is something similar. What you are trying to do here is you identify who your market is, who your customers are, and you try to find some commonality among some of your customers, and they should be large enough, right? So that is what a segment is. So let's say you are selling sports goods. Now, not every type of product is bought by every type of sports enthusiast. Some of the sports enthusiasts, they are more interested in water sports. Some of them are interested in mountain sports. Some of them are interested in snow-based sports. So again, these are individual segments. What is a segment? A segment is a group of customers who exhibit identical or very close purchase behavior. Now, that behavior may be in terms of the types of goods that they purchase, or it may be in terms of the frequency at which they purchase, or it may be in terms of the amount of money that they spend. But nonetheless, there is some kind of similarity in terms of their purchase behavior. That is what constitutes a segment. The next step is targeting. So once you identify who your major segments are, you will address one or more of those segments as your primary market. So that is what targeting is. So first step is you identify a segment based on certain criteria. Step 2 is you target one or more of those segments. That is what targeting is. So that is what the fundamental concept is. 5 steps involved in segmenting and targeting markets. Well, some of these I already mentioned. You need to know your market, you need to know your customers, then you need to identify the basis on which you are going to segment your market. It may be based on demographics, it may be based on psychographics, it may be based on age, it may be based on gender, it may be based on geography, it may be something called geodemographics, for example. It may be based on usage rate, it may be based on the benefits that they receive from the product. So there may be a myriad of different ways that you can segment your market. These are called the bases of segmentation. These are called the basis of segmentation. So the criteria on which you are going to segment your market. Once you have done that, then you are going to use the 4 P's of marketing: the product, price, place, and promotion, to design offering for that particular segment. So ideally, you would want to have a unique combination of product, price, place, and promotion for each of your segments. Now, in reality, that may not always be possible, because as you can understand, it is tremendously time consuming and expensive to have a unique set of 4 P's for each of your segments. So it makes sense to go after the most profitable or most lucrative segment, so that you can minimize the different segments that you are customizing for. So, but again, ideally, you would want to have a unique combination of 4 P's for each of your segments. So, and then you target the segment, and then you design your product and you market your product to each of the segment individually or separately. And ideally, you would also want no overlap between one segment and the other. In other words, segment from customer A, from segment A, customers from segment A should not be able to buy the products that are available to segment B, for example. So in reality, of course, that does not happen. It's almost impossible. The closest example I can think of is economy class versus business class, right? I mean, as you can see, once the plane takes off, they pull the curtain in front of the economy class, so they don't even want the people of the economy class to use the bathroom for the business class. That is, so they want to keep them separate. The basis used to segment consumer and organizational business markets. Well, we already talked about the basis for the consumer market. For the organizational market, we are talking about the size of the market. We are talking about the geography. We are talking about the types of products. Take a company like HP, for example. HP manufactures laptops, desktops, printers. It also manufactures cameras. It also manufactures, 3D printers, for example. Now there's the business segment for the segmentation for a company like HP, which is so large. It can be based on consumer products versus industrial products or business products. Another way they can segment their customers is Asia Pacific versus North America. So because again, that company operates throughout the world. So that way, these are examples how business segments can be created. So there is a slight difference between consumer market segmentation and business market segmentation. So I just wanted to make you aware of it. But in general, business markets are much bigger, much larger, both in terms of the volume as well as the dollar value that the goods are transacted in. So you should need to be aware of. Fourth learning objective is develop a market product grid to identify a target market and recommend resulting marketing actions. Well, not all goods are the same, so that is what basically we are talking about. And so some products, they are high profit, high market share. Some products are low profit and low market shares. Some products have a high growth rate or high prospects. Others are more or less stable. I mean, think about laptops. I mean, the market is almost saturated. Everybody has a laptop. A lot of people, they have multiple laptops. So how many more laptops can you buy? If your existing one is working fine, and if it is serving your purpose, how many more laptops can you buy? So no matter how modern the latest models are, how many more features the latest models have, you are really not going to go out of your way and buy more and more laptops just because they have more features. Same for cars, same for refrigerators, same for microwaves. So there's only so many you need and so many you can buy, and so much space that you have that you will be able to buy, even if you had the money to buy more and more of those. So that is what we are talking about, right? So you have to have a grid, a market product grid, that you are introducing the same product in the same market. So it's basically same versus new. So 2x2 matrix, so there can be 4 different options available for product versus market. Same product, same market, same product, new market, new product, same market, new product, new market. So, it's basically market development, product development, diversification. So those are what we are talking about. And finally, explain how marketing managers position products in the marketplace. What is the concept of positioning? Well, how do you want your customers to perceive your product? Is it a luxury product? Is it a convenience product? Is it a regular product? Is it a frequently purchased product? So that is what we are talking about. Think about car manufacturers. Most of the time, they will have a regular line of products which is for purchase or which is for use on a day-to-day basis. And then they will have a luxury line of products which are purchased by a different set of customers, not by everybody, people who can afford it. I mean, think about Toyota. They have the regular Toyota cars, and then they have the Scion brand, and then they have the Tesla brand, and then they have the Lexus, right? So the Tesla brand is for people who are really into high tech, who are really into luxury cars, and who really want their latest gadgets and technology. And also it is electric cars, right? So who want to save on fuel, who are more environmentally conscious. So it's a different segment of people. It is not for everybody. They are much more expensive. Similarly for the Lexus line of cars which is manufactured by Toyota is their luxury line of cars. So Hyundai also has, for example, another luxury line of cars. So does Honda. They have the Acura line of cars, which is their luxury line. So again, different types of cars for different segments, and this is how you want to position those. That is what positioning is. That you want. This is how you want your customers to perceive that particular line of products. So these are again the different learning objectives for this topic. Segmentation and targeting, I think, is one of the most important topics in this in principles of marketing. So I really want you to pay a lot of attention, look at the examples that are provided in the textbook, and please make sure that you understand the concepts. If you have any questions, I am always available by phone or by email, so please let me know. I will be more than willing to help you. All right, thank you and have a great day.